Tonight's just an unbelievable night, perfect night for the opening night of football.
Dylan Hunt kicks it off, and the season is underway. And taking it at the 20-yard line, breaking a tackle, is Richard Carter. Spins around the 45. He's got daylight. Past the 40, down the 30. He's going to take it all the way. The opening season is all. Richard Carter takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Well, we said they lost players at the skill position. Rich Carter is one of the younger guys, only a junior, who has experience. They're counting on him to come up big, and boy, he sure did in a big way. Take him one to the house on the first play of the game.
What a great
right here. Got to the hole in a hurry. Went straight up the field, got to the hole. That great quickness, ability to cut to the outside. You saw it right there. Broke a tackle, got upfield, and once he got in the open, out to the outside at midfield, he was pretty much gone from there. Big play by Rich Carter, and this is something we've seen from him on defense. Had a couple of interceptions, brought it back for a touchdown. I remember the Haddon Twp game last year. Showed it, picked one off, took it back, and they started towards the end of the year last year to use Rich Carter on the offensive side of the ball. Didn't return too many kicks, but you could just see his explosiveness, and he's definitely a kid they're counting on this year.
Unbelievable start to the season, and Richard Carter did get some playing time towards the end of last season. We had that from the 20, Mignano under center, split backs. And he's going to toss it to his left and toss it over to Devon Tucker, who's got the corner, and he's got some room. Devon Tucker across midfield. He's got one man to beat and a block in front of him. Devon Tucker is going to take this 80 yards for the touchdown. A pair of 80-yard touchdowns by the Knights, and Sterling leads 13-0.
Well, the big question this year was what's going to happen with the players at the skill position. How's Sterling going to get any big plays? Boy, I'll tell you what, Coach Wiley couldn't say enough good things about this kid. Great team player, fastest kid on the team. You saw that great cutback ability right there, and he looks to play a prominent role this year, being involved in the running game. What a great start by Devon Tucker.
Sorry, Shuley, this is
talking about him being the fastest player in the team, started his freshman year. Coach asked him if he could move the offensive line, didn't hesitate, did what he had to do. What a team player by Devon Tucker.
You really couldn't ask for a better start here for Sterling. A pair of long touchdown runs, and then it's always nice when your special teams contributes as well. That's kind of like the X factor. 1st and 10 from the 34 for Haddon Township. And same play, different player. It's going to be Nick Marino getting the call this time, and the ball comes out. Sterling's got the ball going the other way. Across the 50 and down to the 30-yard line, still on his feet and trying to see who that is. Sterling's going to have the ball. It's recovered by Nick Marino.
Yeah, let's take a look at this again. Apparently somebody came in. I don't know if that was a strip.
Is that Brian Mahadio on the return?
Looks like
the ball is definitely out. As we take a look at it on the replay, I thought he was down, but then all of a sudden we see a bunch of blue shirts going the other direction. That is Anthony Poletsky, the junior. It's hard to see on the far sideline whether it was 65 or 55, but either way, Sterling has the ball and capitalizing on the turnover.
Yeah, and that's just an opportunistic play. You saw where Sterling really was on their heels a little bit. A couple of nice runs there by Condola. Haddon Township looked like they were moving the ball, but that's what an opportunistic defense does. They come in, try to strip the ball, try to make plays, try to create a turnover. Sterling.
Those of you who are in our radio audience listening, and as we are back to live action, Zaire Gibson, that was quick. Zaire Gibson brings it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's just a great job going off to the right side. Gibson had a lot of room there. Yeah, and that's what you talk about when you talk about that big offensive line. Rob, what's going to happen there on the wing T is they're going to down block. They down block, collapsed everything down. You had your tackle, guard, double team, cut off the flow of the linebacker. He wasn't able to get out there. Nice run by Gibson, but an even better job up front by the offensive line.
Gibson and Carter in the backfield again. Mignano under center. It's going to be Richard Carter dancing across the 10 and into the end zone. Is he in? He is. Richard Carter in for the 10-yard score. Sterling now up comfortably 26-0 on the 10-yard touchdown run, his second of the night, this time on offense.
Well, when you're running back and you don't get hit or you don't have a sniff of anybody till you're 5-6 yards into the defensive backfield, it definitely makes life easier. And again, it just goes back to the job you're seeing up front by the offensive linemen. I mean, guys like Yeah, you see him just go off to the right side. There's that one hit right there, but he just broke it. You know, I'm impressed with Richard Carter's ability to elude hits, to lower his shoulder and run through hits as much as I am his speed and his athleticism and his ability to cut and accelerate.
So 3:51 left to go in the half. Under center, he's got two backs behind him in Gibson and Conley. And getting the carry in for the touchdown is Zaire Gibson. A 3-yard touchdown run by Zaire Gibson, his second of the game. And now Sterling increases their lead to 32-0.
And that's a good series of calls. You go to Marvin Jones prior to that, you know that's going to give you that extra, either give you the touchdown or give you another play. And on that last play, you run the ball because it's going to be your last play regardless. You don't have a chance to stop the clock either way. They go with what's worked for them off to that right side and are able to get another score.
On to attempt the extra point is Sterling. The kick is up, and this one is good. And that's where we are going to end the first half. Carter back to punt, standing in his own end zone. It's a high snap. He's going to have to run it out of his own end zone, and he's got plenty of room down that far sideline. He's across the 20 with the first down, 30, 40, going across midfield. He's got two men to beat. Is his speed going to be enough? He's across the 35, makes a move. Haddon Township tracking him down. They finally do inside the 25. He is out of gas, but he picks up the first down on what would have been near disaster. Could have been a safety or even a defensive touchdown for the Hawks, but great job there by Richard Carter.
Well, that's the advantage of having athleticism at the punting position. You had it last year with Marcus Taylor. You've got it right here with Richard Carter. A bad snap, goes up, gets the ball, and makes a big play out of something that could have been a safety going the other way or possibly a touchdown for Haddon Township. Obviously, the game's out of hand right now, but at the same time, you feel good in a close game in a tight spot that Richard Carter has the ability to make a play like that on something out of nothing.
So that will be the end of the third quarter. Very, very interesting game from every aspect here. And as Mr. Regal is announcing that once again, if you're just joining us, our band will be at the Miss America Parade tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So if you're in the Atlantic City area trying to get one more beach day in.
Mr. Strauss, you will be there.
Broadcaster still occasionally comes back with us, so good experience here at Sterling as we're back to live action, getting off a huge run. That is Golden Stewart. He's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. 69 yards goes Golden Stewart for the touchdown, and Sterling leads now 39-0.
Yeah, you see Golden Stewart. He's another kid who we heard from a little bit last year, getting into the offense, now coming up in a big way, showing that speed, just breaking it upfield for 6, and the kid's really got to feel good about himself.
Put 6 more on the board, and all of these touchdown runs, with the exception of one, have been double-digit touchdown runs. Great speed out of Golden Stewart, and he had nothing but daylight in front of him once he broke through the offensive line. The kick is up. The extra point is up and good. And with 8:46 left to go in the fourth quarter,
and they really want to get upfield in a hurry. They do not lateral, they don't go laterally too much, only laterally to get themselves in position, go upfield. But once they accelerate upfield, they can really get past people in a hurry. And that's what you saw right here. Really gained a lot of separation in a short period of time.
Some out-of-conference scores now. Collingswood all over Lindenwold, 48-0. And last we heard, West Deptford was up comfortably, pitching a shutout of their own in their season opener. They got it 60 points on the board before halftime.
Going against Gateway, and as we look at Stewart going for the touchdown right here, but you know, West Deptford obviously one of the premier programs in South Jersey, and